When it comes to, especially in the business world, you find that a lot of times those who are most successful also suffered the very worst tragedy.
Oliver is the visionary behind Optimum Fitness Systems and the Back Forge, built to end chronic back pain. With a never retire mindset, he's redefining strength, longevity, and performance at any age.
But they just learned to overcome it. That's how they became successful. Life is not going to be easy. So just keep pressing forward. Just keep your nose to the grinder. You will succeed.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Van Ornum back with another edition of the Scaling Up Success podcast brought to you by Synergist. Synergist is your scalable operations company that helps you grow exponentially faster at a fraction of the cost. Check out Synergist.com for more information. Today, I have Oliver with Optimum Fitness Systems. Oliver, how are you doing today, sir?
All right, doing great.
Awesome, man. Well, I know you have an incredible product line that you've been building out, and you've been in the fitness industry for a long time. So tell me about what you got going on, man.
Oh, yes. Well, I've recently just started putting together my own proprietary back care solutions program. And as just over the years, it's been like almost 30 years of business just doing this. It's like a lot of my specialty is really honed down to working with injury recovery, as well as chronic disease recovery. And that could be a subject of another talk another time. But particularly with back pain being the most common pain complaint, with 8 out of 10 people complaining of back pain at some point. Yes, I developed actually an invention that specifically targets the erector muscles of the low back to specifically strengthen those, which is believed to be a lot of what causes an injury there because of weak erectors.
Interesting. Very cool, man. So how long did it take you to build out this machine?
It was just kind of a work in progress because I actually learned this exercise like 30 years ago when I was just kind of having to rehab my own back. And it was just done very crudely by strapping yourself, to like some stationary object and then just kind of performing this exercise. It works. And I thought after all these years, somebody's got to have come up with some kind of a contraption that specifically targets and does this exercise, and nobody had. And so therefore, that's kind of my brainstorming and kind of like my engineering mind just kind of got to work. And I said, okay, let's see what I can come up with. And hence now what we call the Back Forge is the name of the unit.
Awesome, man. So what have been the biggest challenges of scaling up this business to get it to production levels?
It's worse. That's still in the works because it was actually the beginning of 2024 that I started taking on just test subjects. And I would just randomly choose folks who, because we all know folks with back pain, back issues. I just say, Ryan, come on over. Let me show you just my method of training and how to recover from back injury as well as preventing future back pain. And I just bring them on, just free of charge. I just asked them to be my subjects, and all I asked in return was, hey, if this works great, just give me a testimonial. Well, I've collected a lot of testimonials, so we know it works, and then hence, the beginning of 2025 or the end of 2024, I decided to now go public with it, as well as now filing a patent for it.
That's phenomenal. So once you have the patent and everything like that, how do you plan on bringing it to market? Is it a full-fledged IPO? Are you wanting to get a public company for this, or how are you building that out?
Well, right now we're just a private company, and so
Okay.
it's just, and then Robert, who's our president, CEO of Achieve Systems, who really encouraged me to really just kind of go down this path. He really emphasized focus on the education aspect of this first, before just kind of presenting the product itself. Because if you were to look at it, as most folks do, they look at it, it's like, okay, what is this? They never seen it before. Well, because they never seen it before. It's a new invention. And so therefore, it's like now we have to sort of educate folks, why this invention was made, as well as the education of why it's we need to now take care of our bodies, our backs, in order to take care of our backs.
Love it, man. So what are you most proud about this journey that you're on with this invention?
Oh, it is all still in the works. And so as we are now just really starting to go public with this, yes, we are definitely making it a point to just let the public know, hey, it's just I know a lot of you are dealing with back issues. you don't have to. And because so many folks, they just kind of relegate themselves to this life of misery, and as this has kind of become their new normal in a way, and they just learn to live with it. And my objective is to just really convince them that you don't have to live on like this.
Man, that's great. So like, are you using like to get your message out? How are you getting your message out? Like, are you getting it out through like different social media channels or like putting it in front of conferences? How are you doing this?
Yes, we tried some social media with some very limited results there, and then as well as just going into the like the this was the quarterly Pikes Peak magazine. I put an ad in there, as well as now really just pushing like some of the live events. As in fact, the next big event coming up here in on August 23rd here in Colorado Springs area. So for those of you who are local to this region, then come on out to the Colorado Springs Health and Fitness Expo. That's going to be coming up then. And I mean, there's going to be like over like something like 120 of us exhibiting out there. So it's going to be quite a big show. So yeah, so shows like that, as well as some of the bigger national shows that I'm considering as well.
Awesome. So like, what type of businesses are you marketing this to?
It's as this gets going, obviously the some of the like what we call early adopters that we're looking for would be like physical therapists, chiropractors, those who now deal with like pain, particularly specifically back pain, and then to now get them on board to show them that a lot of the what we call passive forms of therapy out there is just what we call palliative, meaning that they just offer temporary relief, and then okay, a few days, few weeks later, it's like the pain is back. How can we really get to the root of the issue and then to now strengthen the structure to now prevent that? And so, we're hoping now we could just kind of spread the word to them as well as like health clubs and other fitness professionals.
I love that, man. You got a great product getting the word out all across the country, man. Great stuff that you got going on there. So like one of the things that we do on the Scaling Up Success podcast is get to know the CEO a little bit differently. Are you ready for a little rapid fire questions?
Sure.
Awesome, man. So like, all right. So are you an early bird or are you a night owl type of person?
It depends on what part of the week, because there are some parts of the weeks that, like I got to get up early. Other nights, like I'm hard at work, it's kind of brainstorming, and I'll be up till 1 a.m. And so, I try to catch up on the sleep the next day. So obviously that morning I probably won't be an early bird. So it depends on what time of the week it is.
Very, very fair. So like what type of books are you reading? Do you have a favorite book that you're reading right now?
Oh, there are plenty of books that great books out there, like whether it's business related. In my case, I like to research like other back care techniques, as well as other like injury specific like type of work, because I've worked with clients over the years, who've had knee, hip replacements, shoulder replacements, and then now we gotta rehab them through that process to now regain their strength, to now strengthen the structure which now they had fixed or replaced. So I'm reading all kinds of different materials as kind of throughout each week, the month, and so yeah, I enjoy that.
Awesome. So coffee, tea, soda, energy drink, water, what are you drinking?
I cannot emphasize this enough. Almost every conversation I have, like whether TV shows, podcasts like this, emphasize hydration, because it's just people just won't drink their water, and it just irks me to no end. It's like, my 93-year-old mom constantly having to remind her. It's like, Mom, okay, you're dizzy, you got headaches. Start with drinking water. Come on, and then if people just stuff that people deal with constantly, it's like could be resolved by just staying hydrated. And so water first. And then of course like fruit juices and just natural beverages like that. Energy drinks, I'm not a big fan of necessarily. For athletes, who are just kind of the very vigorous in their activities and in what they do, then okay, once in a while, fine. I might even have that once in a while. Not a big fan of coffee.
Sure. Okay. All right. What's on your workout playlist?
Workout playlist. Well, how about the TV? Because sometimes, I'll just be like listening to like news in the background. And sometimes for myself, yeah, I enjoy like a contemporary Christian music, as well as, some of the old classic rock and that kind of stuff. So
Okay. You're a little
something to
Journey
keep,
fan in there, huh?
well, hey, something with the heartbeat, yes.
I like it. I like it, man. What's your go-to cheat meal?
Cheat meal. Well, Thankfully, I can report that I'm pretty healthy. Cheat meal. How about cheat snacks? Sometimes salty foods tend to, okay, I'll still like reach for like, certain kind of chips and stuff. And even there, I try to stay with the more natural alternatives. But like salty snacks, okay, sometimes I'll cheat there. And then thankfully, sugar, just when I quit that, like at a very young age, I just really have no craving for anything sweet anymore. So that's good. So it's more like the salty stuff, I would say.
I like it, man. Well, you're pretty jacked, and keep doing what you're doing, bro. Do you have a bucket list travel spot that you want to go to?
Well, it's just at some point, yeah, I would love to visit some of these European countries as well as Israel. And then, I mean, just locally around here, just love to just be able to like hit up more ski resorts at some point because, I'm an avid skier. And then as for bucket list, I still gotta, hey, skydive. I still have yet to do that. Gotta do that. And so, so I got,
Nice.
little activities, things planned out like that that I definitely want to do in my lifetime.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, you made it through a rapid fire section, man. Great job.
Thank you, Ryan.
Absolutely. So, if switching back a little bit, if you could go back and talk to young Oliver, what advice would you give young Oliver?
Well, just some of the experiences that I've gone through, honestly, I would not be the man I am today without those. And some of those were very unpleasant. I'll tell you that. And because when it comes to, especially in the business world, you find that a lot of times those who are most successful also suffered some of the very worst tragedies, sadly. But they just learned to overcome it. That's how they became successful. So even through that, I will tell young Oliver, it's like, no, life is not going to be easy. So just keep pressing forward. Just keep your nose to the grinder. You will succeed.
I love that, man. Very cool. So, like now thinking in the future, the where would you see yourself in like 5 years from now?
5 years, wow, I'll be like retirement age by that point. And so it's like, but yeah, honestly, I don't ever see myself ever fully retiring because Jack LaLanne, he lived to be 95, and I mean, it was only a free case of pneumonia that took his life. Otherwise, he would have easily made it to over 100, I'm sure. But like, and if I met Jack LaLanne, and he was like the last time I saw him, he was like in his late 80s, and so and still in great shape. So I would think that if I continue doing this, that what, if I'm like 70, 80 years old, still in better shape than most 20-year-olds, sadly, which I definitely am now. It's like, what, I believe I would have definitely a lot more wisdom to instill in the younger population. So I will keep doing this.
Man, that's great. Well, if people are interested in your product or they're interested in having a conversation with you about your products, how can they get a hold of you?
Sure. Yeah, you can just reach me at my office here at 719-576-2256, 719-576-2256, as well as just go directly to my website, Optimum Fitness CO, like Colorado, CO, OptimumFitnessCO.com. And then from there, you could go to the contact page and then just reach out to me that way.
Awesome, man. Well, really appreciate you coming on today, and thank you so much for your time and your insight. It's been very appreciated.
Yes. Thank you, Ryan. This has been a pleasure.
Awesome. Well, once again, I'm Ryan Van Ornum with the Scaling Up Success podcast powered by Synergist. Go ahead and check out synergist.com for all of your scalable operation needs. Take care, everyone, and until the next time, have a blessed time.